everybody, welcome back. We're in Richmond, Canada today again. We'll be going to 5 different dim sum restaurants and picking out our top 3. Today we're at Deluxe Chinese Restaurant. It's right off number 3. It's conveniently located right by Aberdeen Station. So Richmond's actually the first contact. If you're traveling by air, Richmond is the first city you'll land into. This is where the Vancouver International Airport is at. So if you're having a layover, come grab some dim sum. Relatively quickly actually. So with the menus, as usual, it's like a Scantron sheet, but it's got English on it, so if you want to come and try it out, it's very user friendly. So this is one of the fancier Chinese restaurants that they give you your own public chopsticks too, along with your personal one. So that's why you get 2 sets. They also offer you a toothpick.
Which one would you like to try first? How about let's try the cold dish?
Sure. So this cold dish, Jellyfish Head with cilantro. That's this one, Jellyfish Head with cilantro. So we had jellyfish previously in our other episodes, but this one is a bit more interesting. It's usually the jellyfish comes in like strands. They look like thin noodles, but this one is the jellyfish head. So it's like a whole head. This looks interesting. I've never had this before too. I'm looking forward to this one. Let me grab a cucumber too. It's not super spicy. It just has a hot chili sauce taste, but it's not that spicy. And it's super crunchy. I bit into it and it just kind of falls off. It's easier to chew than I expected. I thought it would be super chewy, but it's very crunchy instead. It's just as crunchy as this cucumber. It's got like kind of the same texture as the cucumber when you bite into it. Super jello-y. It's like jiggles when you move it. So I'm guessing this is the head, and that's kind of the tail. Although it's not spicy at first, but I think if you eat more and more of it, I think the spice will build up. Okay, 给我 XO 酱吗？谢谢。So next, let's try the fried shrimp dumpling. Yeah, all the ones we tried are steamed dumplings, so I think we'll give it a nice texture. Let's try it.
Is it oily?
Not as oily as I thought it would be. So the skin is super crunchy, but it still has that glutinous skin feel that you can tell before it's deep fried is very chewy skin, but at the same time it gives that crunch when you first bite into it. And then the shrimp inside is super juicy. It tastes very fresh. It's just shrimp and shrimp paste, nothing else inside. There's no vegetable fillings or anything like that. I'm just gonna experiment with the spicy sauce. I like spicy food, so I'm gonna try this. Because this spicy sauce tastes like lao gan ma. It has a nutty taste to it too. I like it. It's kind of like a different flavor. Sometimes we use mustard on these shrimp dumplings, but with this spicy sauce, it's kind of different. It has more Chinese flavor to it. And I asked for the XO sauce. I'm gonna try it later again with the XO sauce.
This one looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is called steamed hometown minced pork rice noodle. So it looks like steamed rice noodle, but a little bit different.
What's on top?
It's minced pork on top, and then underneath it's just rice noodles. Oh, but it looks super different from the normal rice noodles that we usually get at dim sum. It's like wavy and it looks very layered. And it came with a sauce. It's like a sweeter soy sauce. I guess I'll just dump it all in. Yeah, it's like chewy on a gummy bear, but salty gummy bear. The layers doesn't just give you the texture, it also traps all the soy sauce. When we worked our way into the more middle part, they steamed it with the minced pork. So these ones underneath, they soaked up all the minced pork juiciness and the goodness of it as well.
I think this is only $10.
Oh, okay. So this is like a bigger steamer basket compared to the rest, as you can see. And this is only $10, but it definitely fills you up. Now let's try the shumai. So their take on the shumai, they also have truffles on top as well. It looks so juicy, it's like glistening.
They're pretty generous with truffles too, right?
Yes, that's a huge serving of, it's like a big spoon of truffles on top. I think with their servings, they're quite generous too. Most of the dishes come in 5s. So there was 5 shrimp dumpling, there was 5 minced pork dumpling. Sometimes it's usually 4.
Look at the spare ribs.
Yeah, it's like all over, yeah. Whoa. So the first taste you taste is the truffles because it's so strong. But afterwards it mellows out and then you get that shrimp dumpling taste. But it's so juicy on the inside. And there's actually a whole scallop. Am I wrong?
Whole scallop?
No, look at it. It's like a cross section of a scallop. And then truffles on top. Super juicy on the inside. You can still taste the juice. So next up, let's try the bean curd wrap with prawn and abalone sauce. Wow, abalone, that seems fancy. So the bean curd wrap on the outside is very tender. You can barely taste it. It kind of like melts and then goes away. And then instantly, you taste the shrimp. It tastes it's very juicy. And then that carrot and the celery gives that fresh flavor. It has that little sweetness to it. The carrots and the celery is a nice touch. It gives it a sweetness, like a natural sweetness and juiciness that brings out the flavor of the shrimp even more. Next up, steamed spare rib. Steamed spare rib is very well marinated and it's very tender. They didn't use black bean sauce like a lot of the other Chinese restaurants do, but instead they use chili flakes on top, but it doesn't taste spicy at all. I think the chili flakes is just to kind of suppress the gaminess of pork, like how people use a lot of garlic on pork. So there's also pumpkins underneath, and it soaks up all the oiliness. So the pumpkin has been in the steamer for a long time. As you can see, it's super soft. The pumpkin is good too. It still retains that pumpkin flavor, although it's been steamed with the pork for a long time. It's still very good. For dessert, we have green tea mango crepe. So if you're allergic to peanuts, do not order this. It's got tons of peanuts on the inside. It's loaded with peanuts. The first thing I noticed when I bite into it, it's the outer layer. It's kind of mochi. It's kind of like rice cake texture. It's kind of chewy. Although it's green tea, but you don't taste the green tea. It's not bitter at all. And then instantly you get peanut. It's explosion of peanut flavor. So the peanuts are very sweet. It's crushed peanuts with a lot of sugar. And that's what gives it the sweetness of it. And then right after you get into the mango, the mango's a bit sour, so it kind of cuts through that sweetness. The fruitiness of the mango is a good combination. It's a nice touch at the end to bring out that peanut flavor. It's a good dessert. I like it. It's something that I've never had before, but I'm pleasantly surprised. So this dish was highly recommended by a friend. This is the same dish that they have this in the Guangzhou restaurant. Guangzhou, China. So this is the exact same dish that they have in Guangzhou, China. And my friend's been having this for over 20 years. And it's good.
A lot of history.
Yes, a lot of history into this dessert in this restaurant. Wow, it's so cold outside, but that was a great lunch. The total bill came to be close to $75. We ordered 7 dishes. It fed the 2 of us. The most expensive dish was the Jellyfish Head. The average price is $9 each dish, so it's more towards the higher end of the dim sum restaurants we've been to. However, the servings are a bit larger. With the shumai, the minced pork dumplings, they give us 5. And the shrimp dumplings, there was also 5 shrimp dumplings. I would recommend the steamed rice roll. That one is quite delicious. And if you're hungry, that one is definitely the one to get instead of like usual fried rice or beef noodle. That's a good substitute for that carbohydrate if you're craving that. And it's quite filling, and on the plus side, it's very good. What can go wrong? Another dish I recommend is the dessert. The green tea mango pancake. That was one of the dishes that our friend highly recommended. She told us it's a must get if you go there. And I'm glad we had an insider to point that out for us. Yeah, so overall, the restaurant is very nice. It's got a great interior, great service, great food, most importantly. Although it's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth the price. I would definitely come back again. Next episode, we'll be doing a full comprehensive review of all the 5 different dim sum restaurants and pick out our top 3, the best 3 in North America. Let us know in the comment below which of the 5 dim sum restaurants you think is the best. Or if you've ever been there, let us know. Thanks for watching. If you like our video, please like and subscribe. See you guys next time. So the next episode, we'll do a more comprehensive review of all of the 5 We'll do a more comprehensive review of the 5 different On the next episode, we will do a more comprehensive review of all the 5 different dim sum restaurants we've been to. That was a tongue twister.